There's this thing about getting older that I got to tell you, it sucks. It really does. It's something I never expected when I was younger. I never thought about older people as dealing with this. And I'll tell you what I'm driving at here. Like, I know like when you're 20, 60 seems to be really, really old. And right now I'm 61, closing in on 62. And, well, it just doesn't seem like it's that old when you're 60. I just watched a video a minute ago, actually an hour ago, about this guy who was 88 years old, and he said, I don't feel 88. And he was sitting on a park bench. You could probably find it on YouTube. And this person was just saying, what are your regrets? And he said something about he didn't marry the love of his life at the time, and he thinks he missed that opportunity to have kids and grandkids. And well, I mean, yeah, maybe not. They're their own heartache. I've got 3 kids, and when you have children, I mean, they're older, but you don't have to, it's not healthy to worry about them all the time. Like, I don't mean you sit home and chew your nails and say, oh my God, what if something happens to them? But it's there. It's there from the day they're born. And if you're a parent, you know what I mean. It doesn't matter if your kid is 3 months old or 30 years old. There's always this possibility. The phone could ring, you could get a text, and it's not good news. Well, I don't want to dwell on that because that's not what I'm talking about. But sometimes we kind of grieve about things that maybe we shouldn't worry about. You had your life, you lived 88 years or 61 in my case, and things turned out maybe better than they could have. And maybe you had a better life than, wow, a lot of humans that ever lived on this planet. In fact, the reason that I'm holding a phone is proof, or the fact that I'm holding a phone making a video is proof that I've had a fairly decent life. I mean, you go back 100 years, you couldn't carry around a phone, make a video or anything like that. Okay, so right back to the beginning. What was I going to tell you? Yeah, the thing about getting old, this is it. This is the thing. And I don't know how old you are, and maybe this is some unique experience, but like I was saying, when I thought about older people, I saw them as old, but even like my dad, when he was 60, I didn't see him as like, he did have heart attacks. He had 3 heart attacks in his life. And eventually, when he was much, much older, he died of strokes. But yeah, if you're still with me. But here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. I'll be right up front, honest with you. It seems like everything's breaking. I don't know if it's just me, but it's like, my body. I go for walks. I lift weights moderately every morning, unless, I'm sick or something, I have to travel. And so far, I'm not going to list here because everybody drops off when you start talking about your own ailments. Like, I had this surgery and that surgery. Yeah, man, it's like 59. It's like it just starts to, in my case, everything just stops working. And it's like, you're used to getting up in the morning and, doing your thing, and you're regular. Okay, you guys that are older, you know what I'm talking about. And all of a sudden, you're going to the doctor saying, oh, I'm eating the same food, same fiber, drinking the same water, drinking the same amount, doing the same exercise, and I'm having issues, like one way or the other. And then, you're having colonoscopies, and I had one a year ago. Fine, yeah, okay, I know you're dropping out. But here's the point. This is where you lose a shit ton of listeners, is when you start saying anything about yourself, because nobody wants to hear about you. But this is about you. If you're younger, you may not see this, but like you may not kind of think this is what's going to happen. But what happens is all these things, it just sort of, what you depend on every day to get things done, maybe go to a job, do a hobby, whatever you do, you know. Oh, the light's a little dim here, but just walking by some apple trees. These ones here didn't get as much water. We had a bad drought. But yeah, maybe that's all I have to say. And I kind of wonder how you guys feel. And it's like, I was to the doctor recently, had a physical appointment. A couple of issues are cropping up. And I just got through a couple of major surgeries within the last 2 years that took me out two of them took me out for a whole year, pretty much. I was pretty much out of action. So, so that's a shock. And you think, okay, well, I'm back. I'm out there doing things. And nope, everything just changes. And I do remember when I was in my 40s, whoops, slipping on apples. When I was in my 40s and I was working, I was talking to my supervisor, and she was saying, you know, she said, Kevin, one day I just woke up and I was, my eyesight was just, I was like, it just seemed like, you know, I'm going along, I'm seeing good, and click, somebody just hits the switch. And there you are, all of a sudden, you need glasses. And this is what aging is. Aging is all this stuff, and you've got to be prepared. You've got to be prepared to expect you're going to need glasses, you're going to need surgeries. I don't know, but I know other people, they're like 70s. Nope, never had surgery, never did this, never did that, and they're fine. I don't know, maybe I just got maybe I was the runt of the litter or whatever they call it. Anyways, you guys let me know what you think. Am I crazy? Am I exceptionally plagued with things? Let me know. We'll see you in the next video. Oh, hi, my name is Kevin, and this is Silver Hill, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.